Welcome back to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the Tiger Pit. All you slip joint enthusiasts out there, we have another Rosecraft blade for you. I got this. I could not wait to do an unboxing. I had to check it out first. The Otter Barlow and Stag. What's really cool about this one is it has a tiger paw print right there. That's right. The Tiger Creek Barlow in Stag. Ha ha. I wish. Otter Creek. Really cool paw print there. Beautiful stag going on here. What I like about this is it's not a super thick chunk. For example, Savage Creek. Chunk. It has a nice hourglass shape here. And I like the stag. It is not too craggy and is not too light. I have a few other examples here for you. This is that in between I've been looking for, so I'm very glad I got this one. Thank you so much. I purchased it from Traditional Pocket Knives, C. Rinsler Company, or Cutlery, excuse me. Traditional Pocket Knives. They have a new sticker here, C. Rinsler Cutlery, Ohio. They include hot sauce. So if you get like a little nick, you can put some hot sauce on it, and then you put the Band-Aid on it. Will do you up just right. Thank you so much, Austin, for these extra gifts. Always appreciated. What a beautiful knife. They're all D2 blade steel. You got a Rosecraft stamp on the front tang. This is RCT 015 STG and Stag. Get the box. You're looking at it. Rosecraft Beaver Creek Barlow RCT 20. Wait a minute. Did I read this wrong? Yes, I did. This is RCT 020 Stag. So they got the model number right. They got the name wrong. I got a note from Traditional Pocket Knives. Thank you so much for your order. We appreciate your support. Just a quick note, the boxes for these knives are labeled as Beaver Creek Barlows, but rest assured they are in fact the Otter Creek Barlows as listed. It's just a labeling mix-up from the factory. Thank you again for all your continued support. It means a lot to us. Austin, owner of C. Rinsler Traditional Pocket Knives. Well, that doesn't bother me. At least you got the right knife in there and the right model number, even though I screwed it up with RCT 015. It is, in fact, 020. And it's what you're used to. I had picked up one of these the last summer, took it out to the mountains. This is the yellow sandalwood. Fantastic knife. The one most of us were waiting for, at least I was. But I noticed now that I have it, I don't really carry it that much. Though I really do love that awesome blade shape. Look at that clip point. Very unique with the swedging, with the belly in the front. Just a beautiful Barlow. So, Baxter, what were you talking about, Stag? Well, let's show some more Barlows here. Let's get this wrong box out of the way. This is the Beaver Creek, which in fact it is RCT 006 Stag. This is what I was talking about. This is more of a craggy staggy. I like this. It's the medium. I really like how it contours. It crowns over. A nice swell back here. I like the hourglass shape, which in fact I did get that on here too. Something's wrong. Maybe it's this lighting. There's a couple of Rosecraft Barlows for you. You have the sheep's foot and the clip point. Both very cool. All their Stag knives, they don't put a shield on, so it's very cool to get the Barlows with the laser engraving on the front bolster. Let's compare it to an Arthur Wright Stag Barlow. Oh, man, what a pull. This is the old Stag. You can see the difference in the clip points. This has less belly, more of a point. Very cool. Since I have that Arthur Wright out, I want to bust out. I call it a Barlow, but no, it's not. It's the Loosahatchee Jack. Also in Stag. It's not even Stag Sunday. What is going on? Just bump them down the line, Baxter. The reason I call the Loosahatchee a Barlow is because this is an Arthur Wright Barlow, and look at the bolster. Not quite as long as the actual Barlows from Rosecraft. And that kind of is the definition of a Barlow, an elongated bolster. But didn't England invent the Barlow? Sheffield? I mean, come on. They call this a Barlow. It's a Barlow. Therefore, I call this a Barlow. Very similar. And the clip point actually on this reminds me more of a case Barlow. But this was kind of inspired probably from both the Arthur Wright and the case. Anyhow, Otter Creek. Beaver Creek, Otter Creek. Where's the Tiger Creek, man? I'm definitely awaiting that one. Fantastic piece. Cheaper than the other ones. All Stag knives from Rosecraft have been $79.99, $80. This was $76.99. Dropped the price a bit. And I recently saw that the Clinch River Swayback's going to come out in Stag, and I think that's coming out even cheaper. I don't know what's going on, but I like all the Stag knives from Rosecraft. And I don't want to bust them all out, but let's bust out a few. Savage Creek. Can't even remember what that one's called. Ha! Jeez. You call yourself Baxter's Blades. You can see the variations in Stag. Craggy Stag. I really dig this Stag here. I do like the lighter. I just like it all. They do a very fantastic job in Stag. If you have a preference in Stag, you may want to pick these up in person. You can at Red Hill Cutlery. They offer them at a lot of places, but you cannot pick up this Otter Creek from Rosecraft because they got limited supply. A shipment was lost. So Andy was nice enough to send them off to the dealers. So that's why I picked this up from Traditional Pocket Knives. I remember talking to Andy at Blade Show, Texas. I remember everybody was waiting for this to come out. And it came out, and, well, it was bought. It was probably one of the quickest selling knives ever. And then he released it in Stag. And I still see them available. I kind of wonder if it's too big for some people. Now, I have big hands, so the Nolichucky Jack, that's what it's called, is awesome. But Andy was saying that everybody's saying big knives, we like big knives, and then we get them and they don't sell. Well, I can kind of understand because this size is just so perfect. kind of in between 3.5 and 4 inches. It's just so perfect, and it's just suits such a variety of hand sizes and pockets. But I find I do not carry this that much, and it's a good big knife. Heck, I have buck 110s I don't carry that much because they're so big. But every once in a while, I feel like a big knife, and I go to it. But Barlow is just, they all vary in sizes, but generally under 3.5 inches, usually 3 3/8. Some are 3 5/8. And, well, maybe I'll do a measurement here since I have my trusty measuring tape. Three and 5/8. Or is it just under? Just over, yeah, 3 5/8. So a little bit bigger than your average Barlow, which is always welcome. Case has 3 3/8. I can get 4 fingers on here. Very comfortable. Let's take these out of the way. Video's getting long. I just wanted to share this with you. A couple of fantastic Barlows. I don't need to get all into the fit and finish on these because they're generally always perfect. But I guess for the sake of it, why not? Half stop, completely flush. Open position, completely flush. Closed. Zero gaps, zero light coming through the stainless back springs, and a perfectly centered blade. Go figure. You definitely get your money's worth. Well worth it. And if you like Stag, it is well worth the extra money. I can't remember what these were. 60, 50 something dollars. Fantastic Barlow. On another point, Queen, great pull on that one. Queen Cutlery is coming out with they just call it a brown burlap slip joint and magna cut, and it's supposed to be dropping soon. It has a very similar blade shape to this. Clip point with lots of belly. And it looks really cool. It actually looks, it's a modern slip joint. So it's got magna cut. This is the King Creek. You can see these awesome clip point blades with the swedging. I love the belly at the front. What was I talking about? The Queen, let me pull out an example here, is going to be $250. Good Lord. It looks awesome. But it's similar to this. This is a green burlap, but it's kind of brown. And it has orange underliners, but it actually has metal liners too. And, well, it's not a case crossroads. But it has this blade shape. And it has torque screws like this holding it together. Now, if it was $70 like this, I'd probably buy one. Maybe we could do this. Yeah. Kind of looks like this. Handle shape's different though, but same construction. And I'm more in traditional with pin construction than these. Great user though, very lightweight and adjustable. $250. I can get a buck 110 and magna cut for a lot less than that. So I hope to keep my eyes out. Maybe they'll do variations in lesser blade steels that you can pick up, but very cool. And this is the only shape I've seen quite like that clip point on the Queen. So I'm wondering, did they steal that from Andy? Your guess is as good as mine. Thank you for joining me in the Tiger Pit. You all stay sharp, be kind, take chances, take care.